Welcome to my kitchen slash living room. So I wanted to show up here today to speak about some things that are actually really relevant in my life. But I realized I have been not sharing them. And I've actually been overall pretty speechless about what's going on in my life because I felt, several reasons. One is I've never experienced anything like that, and I did not quite know how to process it and how to integrate it, and I was just in the midst of it. So often I don't know what even I feel when I'm in the midst of something. But another reason why I haven't been sharing much about what's actually going on in my life is because I felt that I will be not relatable, that not many people can actually relate to what's going on in my life. And my rational mind is pretty strong and typically it tells me, as a successful business owner, I know a thing or two about marketing. And rationally speaking, I would say I want to talk to people in a way that it's relatable to them so that we can connect. When you relate to me, when you recognize yourself and me, then there is a connection. But I realized that there comes a moment in an entrepreneurial journey and just in journey of life where probably thank you, Marta. And some people just love me, whatever is happening for me and whatever I'm going to speak about, because we have a connection that's beyond these dimensions and this is perfect. But still, let me share with you my human journey here. So if I'm not relatable to people, so how are we going to connect? And I've been in this inquiry. How, because I can teach you so many things. I have more than 11 years of experience of teaching, of mentoring. I can facilitate incredible experiences, practices where you go and you just meet God right away. I can do all of this. And I felt like, okay, maybe I just stay in this level and then I keep my personality and what I am personally going through a little bit behind the scenes. But I started to feel somehow suffocated there. Because from the very beginning, how I started to use social media was as a diary, was as my space to just speak my truth and speak in a language that maybe most people will never understand. And yet, I still managed to meet some of my dearest people through the online portal. Some of my oldest friends came into my life through social media. So it's like somewhere I started to compromise. And then I had this breakthrough. And I realized that, yes, it may be unrelatable what I'm going through. Because this level of expansion is very rare. This level of success, this level of wealth that I'm experiencing is very rare on this planet. The place where my business is at and my net worth is at puts me into a very, very small percentage of population on this entire planet. But here comes my realization that it's a part of my destiny to be a pioneer. And a lot of the things that I am saying, a lot of the things that I am going through, they are very new for us as a humankind, actually. And this is a part of the purpose of my incarnation. And this is a part of my supreme destiny. And therefore, this is a part of how I am here to serve love. This is the crazy thing about this whole service to love and Dharma, is that we don't choose it. No matter how intelligent the mind may be and how many strategies we know, you don't choose your Dharma. You simply surrender into it because it's a current that carries you and it carries you home. So who am I to dictate how it's actually gonna go through me? And if I'm here to be in front of you and say things that are just unheard of, so be it. And maybe for lots of people it will be triggering because you won't kind of breathe through the discomfort that it brings up, because there are so many patterns, so much conditioning that will come up the moment I start to actually speak about what I am experiencing. And so be it. Some people will not last. And I have already experienced it in the last 11 years. There were so many waves, people leaving my field because they stopped relating to me. They stopped liking it, that I changed. And then all I did is actually started to share more of who I am and who I've always been. But then with time and with practice and with dedication and how I live my life, with that the glass is being polished. And the more transparency there is, and the more I am me. So, thank you. Thank you for this love. I truly received that. So, I want to speak about wealth. And it's such an important topic, especially in the context of spirituality. And here I come as a pioneer. And I know that I am one of the very rare people who ever dare to put the two in one sentence, God and wealth, very explicitly and very specifically. And every time I speak about this, I get so much backlash. So I accept it all. It's okay. So be it. If that's the price for me to speak the truth that I know and that can actually alter the entire destiny of somebody, so be it. And why do we not put God and money into the same sentence? Is because of so much conditioning, because of so much disconnection, because of so much forgetfulness. And this remembrance is what we have to do here. Because the forgetfulness, we can say that there are diseases, like normally they say number one killer on this planet is heart disease, the heart attacks. They say cancer, people die from cancer, people die from this, from that, from this. I say people die from forgetfulness. When we forget who we are, really, beyond any kind of identity we want to create, better identity or worse, no, really, who we are. And when we forget that, we become very easily controllable and manipulatable. And it's very easy to manipulate people by demonizing certain things and creating a globalization. Like, for example, to say that since the beginning of times, the holy people were all poor. Brainwash. Or all the people who have wealth are greedy and they use wealth for their satisfaction of their own egoic needs. Generalization. So whenever we create generalizations, we create distortion, we create disconnection. We disconnect, we forget. And so I grew up in Russia. And Russia is a very special place because the conditioning that we have in Europe, where I live now, and the conditioning that people have in the United States and in Canada, in Australia, and all over the world, it's very different to the conditioning in Russia. Especially, let's speak about the conditioning around money and wealth. In Russia, this is pretty crazy, and I just realized it recently, what a gift I got by being born there. Sometimes I joke and I say, when my soul was choosing where to incarnate, she maybe was a little drunk or high, and just she was like, let's go here, and kind of just randomly landed in Russia because I never felt like I was Russian or I belonged there or anything. But anyway, now I understand more and more with distance. As I left now, almost 20 years ago that I left Russia, and now from this distance I actually can appreciate it so much more. And so anyway, about the conditioning around money. The conditioning that most European people have is that rich people are bad. Just think about it. Just think about it. I'm just laughing at the comment here. Think about that. What do you really think about rich people? Is there like a sense of, rich people? And then straight away, I can tell you, if you tell me what you think about rich people, I can tell you how much money you have. Or not. Because this is what defines and what we see in our reality. So when we have this conditioning that rich people are greedy, they are bad, of course you're never going to be rich because you don't want to be bad and greedy. In Russia, even the word richness or wealth has God inside of it. Hey? Money, God, it's like money is the root of all evil, also they say. Ooh. God inside of the word, embedded since the beginning of the language. God in there. What the heck? Another thing, poverty in Russian, in the root of the word, has trouble. And even some of the really ancient sayings, they say, if you are experiencing, if you're getting hits of life on the level of your wealth or on the level of your body, your health, it means you really, it's like the universe is really trying to shake you up. Hey, wake up. Because these are the densest levels, where she's like, hey, wake up, my friend, just get up. And then it hits either on your bank account or on your body. It means that you are missing the more subtle signals and more subtle invitations. Богатство, it's in Russian, Bog is God, богатство, wealth. Poverty means бедность or беда, the trouble, беда, бедность is the poverty. How interesting. I was just in Russia this year in July. It was Oliver. We went to see my family. He met my parents. So cool. I was in shock. But not because of how they changed, because I was like, people changed. People are nice here. What's happening? People are kind of sweet. What's going on? Did people change? I was talking like this to everyone. People were like, no one changed. What are you talking about? Nothing changed. It's all the same. I'm like, but it's so beautiful. It's so sweet. Then I realized who changed. I changed. Anyway, side note. So you come out of your house in Moscow and you see Lamborghinis passing by just like as a normal thing. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, those super fancy Mercedes, whatever. It's just normal. The way people walk in the streets, it's like they're walking in a fashion show. In all the brands and so on. What? Why? Is it because these people are so greedy and they're so bad? No. It's because this is normal there. I studied in the most elite university of Russia. And there, the kids had all the Porsches and all the fancy cars. Lamborghini was parked in our university parking lot. Is it because people are bad and greedy? How can we generalize that? But what we can absorb through that is that it's normal. It gets to be normal. And there's nothing to say about this. Unless you know the person. But if a person is greedy, I can guarantee you they were greedy when they were poor also. And when they are rich, they stay greedy. It's not about the money. These are separate things. So anyway, I've absorbed some codes there. And one of the codes, and my father said this, he had a conversation with Oliver, and he said that we, in Russia, there is a whole sense that rich people are really good. There's no sense that money is the root of all evil or rich people are bad. There's actually a conditioning that rich people are good. It's like if they are rich, it means they are smart. This is right away. For me, this is deeply subconscious. It's like if I see a rich person, I think they are smart. because it takes some brain to make the money. So with all of that, what I'm wanting to show you here is that I've always known I will be wealthy. I've always known that. It was just this knowing, because I see rich people as good. I like money. I think money is a good resource that can create extraordinary things in this life, that gives you, in this human incarnation, it gives you strength, because you are not there to complain how things are done and how something is ugly there. You know, I was thinking, sometimes I see houses and they are, the paint is gone or something. And I know that if it's really this uncomfortable, I can go and I can give them the money to paint the whole house. I can give them the money to paint the whole neighborhood. And this can be this natural response to life. So many people are complaining about the government, that the government is not paying that the poor people are in the streets. You have the money, you take your money and you go and you buy, you get them accommodation, you get them food. You do the things that you are moved. You become freer when you have the money. But you don't become free because of the money. But if you are originally free and originally kind, the money will make you even better, because you have more energy to use. And this is a beautiful energy, and this is a beautiful thing. And we have to stop this separation. I really, really deeply feel it in my whole entire system, that this separation is such a nonsense. Wealth is our birthright, because wealth, to be in a state of wealth, means to be in a state of God. If you are there always concerned about your money, you never relax. Don't fool yourself. You are in a state of waiting, where the money is going to come from. Will it come from? Will this person pay? Will this person not pay? You will not relax in that. You're not going to be free. In the meantime, so many spiritual people are saying that all the wealthy people, they have nothing to do and they're there satisfying the needs of their ego. Little do you know. But I know that when people have these kind of stinky thoughts, their vibrational reality will be reflecting that, and there won't be real freedom. So this has to change. I bring that in my work abundantly, and I'm gonna do it more and more and more, actually, because the kind of wealth that I've created in my life is really not normal. It's extraordinary, and it happened because I knew that I will have it. And I know there is no limit, actually. Millions is one level. Hundreds of millions is another. Billions is a whole other level. And all of that is available to us, because we really live in the limitless reality. We really live in the limitless reality. The limitless reality is who we are in truth. Limitless means limitless. Limitless in love, limitless in wealth, limitless in success, limitless in beauty. And so lately, that's where I felt this kind of unrelatable thing, is what I felt is the expansion that I felt to be integrating. What am I saying? I got distracted by something. I'm receiving a lot of comments here, and they are all sorts of comments. So sometimes I get a bit distracted. If you're interested in the practices on how to expand the vibration, I really invite you to come to Ecstatic Remembrance, because ecstatic remembrance means ecstatic remembrance. Like, I am very specific with the words that I'm using. Actually, if there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm very specific with the words that I'm using. And my event Ecstatic Remembrance will have the practices and the codes for you to crack out and remember your birthright of being love. And to be love means to be all of it. To be love means to be limitless. Ecstatic Remembrance, by the way, on early bird until tomorrow for ridiculous pricing. It's $277. So, like, if you resonate with my work, like, I really hope you will make it there, because in person is a whole different story. So, where I've been in this kind of contraction inside of myself, because I had to integrate enormous amounts of expansion, and I actually don't believe in integration. I don't believe that we need like a period for integration, but I needed to take a breath, and I needed to focus on saying yes to what actually came into my life. And that's a very interesting piece here about wealth, because we think we want to have the wealth. We think we want to have this amazing love in our relationships. We think we want to have this incredible sex. We want to have this success. We want to have the impact. We want to have all the goodness. But, really? That's the question. I want you to sit with it a little bit. But, really? Because I'm talking from experience. Because I wanted this home that I own now. And it looked completely unrealistic. I don't know if you heard my story. I have a whole live about it also that I recorded in September. I thought I wanted it. And yes, I wanted it. And it took me some time, like almost a year and a half to get it. And once I got it, I saw why it took 18 months. I saw exactly how I was slowing myself down. And I also saw that it's freaking a lot. To own a multi-million home, it's a lot. It's a lot for the system. It's a lot, and that's why so many people are never getting here. Because they get into tremble even before the universe can respond, even before the quantum can deliver to them what they want. So they are already trembling, they are already wobbly, they are unshaky. And so it took me 18 months to bring myself into a place where I was not wobbly to receive it. But once I received it, I also encountered a wobble and a sense of like, whoa, this is new energy. This is new lifestyle. Everything changed in my life dramatically. My life changed like day and night. And it kind of seems like overnight, but I know I've been preparing for it my whole entire life. Very specifically by attuning to the highest accessible vibration. It did not happen by miracle. I created the miracle. But then, having created it, there was also an invitation to go further. Because to grow means to live. Lots of people are like, oh, why do you need more? You have a 7-figure business, multiple 7-figure business. Why do you need 8-figure business? Why do you need 9-figure business? Why do you... Well, because this is the nature of life. Life just grows. There's a growth process. It continues, it moves, it creates. There's no stopping, there's no integration time. It continues. There's already the next thing that's on the way. And then sometimes you wanna like, can we stop? I wanna exit. Well, you can, but why? Why? You may as well play this fascinating game and remember yourself as love for real in this embodied human form. This is what I really desire for all of us. This is why my work is actually even happening, because I want this remembrance for us, and this remembrance in a manifest reality, which includes money, wealth, love, relationships in that. Not away from that. Not saying this is a distraction, I don't want to go there, I cannot, when I start to think about money, I start to get all crumpled. No, but we're talking about real freedom, or pretending freedom that only in certain conditions you can be free, when you are there, like somewhere away from this distractful reality, only then you can be free. Oh, this is a very dubious freedom then. Can we be free here? Here, here, here. At the same time, so that was one expansion that I've been experiencing. At the same time, there was a massive expansion in my love life. Because, I don't know if you followed my journey, our journey with Oliver over the last 4 years that we are together, almost. We've had some difficult times. And we were sometimes not sure if we were going to stay together. And there were some experiences and some back and forth and some things we were trying to resolve with the mind and this and that. But then something changed. And I just decided that I'm going to show up for this love. Sounds simple. Sounds like, of course, you want to do that because you're in a relationship, so you may as well show up for it. But turns out, no. Turns out it's a choice. And an active choice that we get to take. And once I've taken this choice, also there was such an expansion and such a beauty that as long as we are in doubt, and as long as we want our partner to change and be a certain way and be this and be that, we will never taste. And yes, it is possible for us. Yes, again, it's the birthright. It's a birthright for each one of us to experience the highest destiny, the highest joy, the highest bliss, to remember ourselves as love. This is our highest destiny. Truly, for everyone, to remember ourselves as love. What does it mean? To really be in that embrace of the divine beloved at all times. Your wealth is your divine beloved. Your love relationships is your divine beloved. Your success, your joy, fulfillment of your desires is your divine beloved embracing you. Can you take it? Can you take it, or are you going to stay addicted to your suffering? And say, no, I'm going to stay here suffering. Okay, I understand, it makes sense, it's a good idea, but I'll just wait. For what? What are you waiting for? Now, where is your thoughts? Where is your thought? Where are your thoughts now? Now, what are you thinking about? What is the dominant vibration that's occupying your being? What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? What are you thinking about? What are you doing? How are you moving through your day? What is occupying your awareness? Is it worth it? There's a whole life to live. There's a whole fascinating mystery to explore. There's a whole dimension of your being that you have no idea about yet. And wherever you are, even if you can relate to the stuff that I'm talking about, which I salute, there's so much more still. This life is a fascinating mystery. Fascinating. I'm so grateful to be alive. So, I think this is good for now. More to come. I'm not going anywhere. I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, I'm so privileged to be a pioneer in so many ways. And even if it's triggering for you, take some breaths, drink some water. It's okay. I'm here, not going anywhere. Some people go away because they're so triggered, then they come back and they say, Sofia, I was so triggered, I could not stand it, now I'm back, I'm ready for you. Okay, what do you have to teach me? Give it to me. Take your time, as much time as you need. But if you know it is now, I'm so happy. If you know it is now, I'm so happy because we have this thing coming up, Ecstatic Remembrance, it's called. My loves, please pay attention to this thing. It's the first time ever I'm doing something like this. I don't know if I will do something like this on this level and so affordable ever again. So I really recommend. It's a big celebration for all of us. For me, it's a massive celebration because I love to be in front of many people who are present, who are connected, who get what I'm talking about. I can go beyond infinity with a crowd like that. So I'm so happy. And what we're doing there for 3 days, we are focusing on all things real, where we can find God in the real life. In wealth, in relationships and sexuality, and first and foremost in our wholeness, totality, in our remembrance of ourselves as love. Your shares always reflect my own timing. Beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for the synchronicity. I love you too, Ira. So happy you're here. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Julia. Thank you, beloveds, for being here. I am so looking forward to seeing you at Ecstatic Remembrance. Until tomorrow, it's on early bird price. Please get in. Also, it's not enough for you to just buy the ticket. Please register, because we will likely sell out, and we want to make sure we know how many people will actually be there. So please register. There's a registration form in your welcome email. You can also buy your lunches. You can also upgrade to VIP time if you want to have more time and when you actually want to have a conversation with women. We can have a mentorship moment together. We will have a VIP group on the side that we will be having a couple of sessions together. You will also have a special seating that you'll be closer to me. So amazing things are on the way. More than 200 people already are registered, so there will be an extraordinary crowd as well. And the 3 days packed with celebration, with teachings, with embodiment practices, so that it really lands into your body, so your body remembers that you are limitless. Even if this body seems to be this shape and this temporary experience of your soul, in your nature you are limitless. And that's what we're going to be remembering for these 3 days, and hopefully for the rest of your life. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being there. I cannot wait. And I love you so much.